Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about DBQs and how to write the perfect DBQ. And hopefully this will help you out a little bit. So at the moment you might be feeling like this, but my goal is to help you feel a lot less stressed. So how do you even start a DBQ, you may be wondering? Well, start by reading through all your documents. Do you want to? Probably not. Will it help? Of course it will, because the more documents you analyze throughout your DBQ, the more points then, and it'll show that you have a better understanding about what you're reading. Okay, so you also want to have a highlighter handy so you can read the documents. Well, so you can underline all the important parts of the documents. Also, make sure you're underlining the POVs, because if you're reading something and you think it's from someone's POV, but it's not really, then you look at the actual POV, then you'll be like, oh no, and then you might have to read something. You might have to start all over, who knows. But make sure you're doing that. And make sure you're also understanding what you're reading, because that's a very important thing to do. And it doesn't hurt to read it a few hundred times, maybe a few 10, not 100. Also start grouping your documents, and by grouping, right here. So you want to start just putting your documents in order, I guess. So topics, so you can discuss them. So what's next, you may be wondering? Well, you should start writing your thesis. And you really want to make sure this part is good, because you want to have a good intro. You really want to capture the person's attention, because they're going to be reading hundreds of DBQs, and you want yours to stand out specifically, and you will be getting 1 point for this, so make sure it's good. A point for an acceptable thesis, a point for a DBQ that addresses all the documents and demonstrates understanding of all of them or just one of them, and you really want to be hitting all of them. You'll be also getting another point, and this is also related with the thesis. So like I said, the thesis is very important. You really want to capture their attention. And this is how you will get the second point for that. And my circles are really bad. Oops, that will be an arrow, yes. And then you will also be getting another point for your DBQ. And if it analyzes the point of views in at least, well, you analyze at least the point of views in at least from 3 of the documents. But then again, it doesn't hurt to do all of them. It doesn't take that much work. And then you will also be getting another point for your groupings, which I said, it doesn't hurt to do 3 of them, 3 groupings, or maybe more. If you have time, go ahead and do more, but 3 should be a good goal. But anyways, your next point, identifying and explaining the need for one type or appropriate additional documents or sources. So this might be articles you've read in the past, like the Declaration of Independence or the Magna Carta, something of that sort. So, yeah. So, what do I do next, you may be wondering? Well, at this point, you really need to start thinking about starting your body, and also how much time you have left and how much time you have left to go back through and just correct everything if you have time. Don't stress, even though this is the biggest chunk of points, and you will be getting roughly 6 to 8 points here with your basic core and your expanded core, which I will go through soon. So, what to consider? You want to start including information into your body paragraph that's not just your documents, like outside knowledge, which is part of the expanded core points, effects, which is here on the template, and you really want to start thinking about how would I reconnect this to the thesis, to my prompt, and how will this connect throughout the DBQ. So next, you need to start thinking about other historical events that have happened that relate to your big question, which you are analyzing throughout the DBQ. So you should really start thinking back to what we've learned in class, or anything that's not, you don't really want to connect to anything that's happening today, or just avoid using today, but bigger topics that have happened in the past that connect to today, which doesn't really make sense, but that connect to today, that connect to the big idea, but in a way connect together, if that makes sense. And this is all before you synthesize, which will be the last thing. Okay, so one big thing to consider that I've been talking about throughout this whole video basically is expanded core. So basically, expanded core is once you have all of this done here, you will be qualified, I guess you could say, for expanded core points. So as it says here, you must earn 7 points here to basically get the expanded core points. So you need to have a clear thesis. You need to show a careful and insightful analysis. You must use the documents correctly and persuasively. Okay, well that's you must bring outside information, like I said earlier, into historical context, so it makes sense. You must analyze the point of view, which I also mentioned earlier. And you must analyze the documents in additional ways, which synthesizing, which I mentioned, which is coming back to all the information, bringing in ideas that you haven't brought in before. And also you need to explain why these additional types of documents that you're talking about, such as Declaration of Independence or the Magna Carta. Here is another rubric, and this one I've highlighted. You need to be up here somewhere. So write a thesis statement that answers the majority of the prompt, and the prompt is the question that you're given. So in this case, assess the Industrial Revolution in the 18th. In the late 18th through the 19th century with regards to labor, how did the advent of the Industrial Revolution affect the average worker in this time period? So you need to show an understanding. And in my opinion, I thought this was the hardest thing for me because I always have a hard time getting started. But I think I did a pretty good job with it. So next, you really want to think about the intended audience, the purpose, the historical context. Like, was this an educated person? Was this like someone who worked for the government or someone who was very poor? You gotta think about that because everyone has different opinions. You need the historical context, once again, which is right here. You need to analyze a majority or all of the documents somehow, and you need to effectively synthesize them all. By synthesizing, once again, connect to a broader historical event or process, and connect all your documents together.